Hello students, this is our second lecture about map of India. In this lecture, our first topic is rivers and water bodies in India. The rivers and water bodies which are included in our syllabus are as follows: Indus, Ravi, Bias, Chenab, Jhelum, Satluj, Ganga, Yamuna, Ghagra, Gomti, Gandak, Kosi, Chambal, Betwa, Son, Damodar, Brahmaputra, Narmada, Tapi, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri and Tungabhadra. These are the rivers which are included in our syllabus. This is a very long list of rivers, so this part is bit lengthy part of this chapter. This part is very important also. And the water bodies which are included are Gulf of Kutch, Gulf of Khambat, Gulf of Mannar, Palk Strait, Andaman Sea and Chilka Lake. We will start with the rivers, but first of all we will study the division or classification of rivers in India. You can see on the screen a chart of classification of rivers in India. You can see that broadly Indian rivers are classified into three different sections. The first section is Indus River system. On the map you can see that this region or this system is Indus River system. This includes river Indus and its tributaries. This section is called as Indus River system. This system includes following rivers. The main important river is Indus and its tributaries are Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Satluj and Bias. These are the tributaries of river Indus. So this constitutes Indus River system. Now we will turn to the second and most important river system in India, which is Ganga Yamuna river system. The Ganga Yamuna river system, the main two rivers of Ganga Yamuna river systems are obviously river Ganga and river Yamuna. And there are two different types of tributaries of Ganga and Yamuna. The first type of tributaries are north flowing tributaries, and north flowing tributaries are Chambal, Betwa and Son. And the second type of tributaries are south flowing tributaries, and those south flowing tributaries are Gomti, Ghagra, Gandak and Kosi. Then we will turn to peninsular rivers. The peninsular rivers are divided into two types: west flowing rivers or the rivers which meet the Arabian Sea, and east flowing rivers or the rivers which meet the Bay of Bengal. So first we will see west flowing rivers. The west flowing rivers are Narmada and Tapi, and east flowing rivers are Mahanadi. I will start from the north. The northernmost east flowing river is Mahanadi, then Godavari, Krishna, then Tungabhadra and Kaveri. So these are the rivers which have to be marked in our outline map of India. So we will see in detail how these rivers can be marked. We will start with the Indus River system. The technique of remembering this is you have to remember these rivers in sequence. So starting from the north, the northernmost and most lengthiest river which you can see, actually it originates in China, then flows into the Jammu and Kashmir and then goes into the Pakistan, and it is the most important river of this system, which is Indus River, also called as Sindhu River. So this is Indus River and it is the northernmost. You can easily identify it. The second river from the north, is Jhelum. It originates in Jammu and Kashmir province of India and flows into Pakistan. After Jhelum, the next river is Chenab. And Chenab also originates in the Jammu and Kashmir and then goes into the Pakistan. The third river is Chenab. Then comes Ravi river. Then there is Ravi river. After Ravi, there is river Satluj. The important river is river Satluj, and there is a very small tributary to the Satluj, and that tributary of Satluj is Beas river. So these are the 6 rivers of the Indus river system. The first one is we are starting from the north. The first one is Indus, then comes Jhelum, then Chenab, then Ravi, then Satluj, and tributary to the Satluj is Beas. So we have covered the Indus river system. Now we will turn to the most important river system of India, which is Ganga Yamuna river system. To identify Yamuna river system, we have to first identify Yamuna and Ganga. In this region, in the northern region or north central region of India, you will see 2 long rivers. The first one is Yamuna, means while moving from left to right, the first one is Yamuna, and then it is Ganga, and Ganga and Yamuna both are meeting each other. So these are the 2 important rivers, and now we will see the tributaries. First we will see the north flowing tributaries. The north flowing, we also have to remember these north flowing tributaries in sequence from left to right. This will make it easier. The first north flowing tributary is Chambal. The second one is Betwa, and the third one is Son. So in this way you can remember these 3 tributaries. And now we will see the 4 south flowing tributaries, and they are the first. We will remember these in sequence: Gomti, Ghagra, Gandak, and then comes Kosi. So these are the tributaries of river Ganga. There are 2 more tributaries which have to be marked. One is Damodar. It is a horizontal river it is flowing horizontally in the West Bengal state. And another most important tributary of Ganga is Brahmaputra. In India it is named as Brahmaputra, but if you trace it back into China, its name is Sangpo. It is named as Sangpo in the China, and when it flows into India it is named as Brahmaputra. The next part is peninsular river, means the river which flows rivers which flow in peninsular India. The first river, first we will see the west flowing or the rivers which are meeting the Arabian Sea. There are only 2 important rivers which are flowing into the Arabian Sea, and they are Narmada and Tapi or Tapti. The Narmada and Tapi river are very easy to identify. There are only 2 rivers, and both the rivers are reaching Gulf of Khambat here, and the longer one is Narmada, and just below it there is Tapi river. The shorter one is Tapi and the longer one is Narmada. It is easier to identify. Now we will move to the east flowing rivers or the rivers which are meeting Bay of Bengal. The first river which flows through the Odisha province of India is Mahanadi river. You can see this Chilka lake, and just above the Chilka lake it meets the Bay of Bengal. So in this way you can trace the path of the Mahanadi river. The next river is Godavari river Godavari. They have also shown another tributary of Godavari over here, but we just have to mark river Godavari. So this is river Godavari. Then you have to mark river Krishna. This is river Krishna. This is river Krishna, and river Krishna here meets river Bhima, and then from the south Tungabhadra river meets river Krishna, and it flows into the Bay of Bengal. And the last river of the peninsular India is river Kaveri. This is the southernmost important river of India. So we have covered all the rivers. Now we will quickly revise all the rivers in the map of India. How can we mark them in the map of India? Starting from the north, this is in river Indus, then Jhelab, Chenab, Ravi, Bias and Satluj. We have covered this section. Then the Ganga Yamuna river system. Important two rivers are Yamuna and Ganga. Then north flowing tributaries are Chambal, Betwa, Son, and south flowing tributaries are Gomati, Ghagra and Gandak and Kosi. Another two important tributaries are Damodar and Brahmaputra. In the south there are two sections, Narmada rivers which are meeting Arabian Sea, or west flowing rivers are Narmada and Tapi, and east flowing rivers are Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Tungabhadra and Kaveri. So in this way we can mark all the rivers of India. This section is very important section of this chapter. Now we'll turn to the water bodies. There are few water bodies, important water bodies. The first one is Chilka Lake. It is the largest saltwater lake in India, and it is present over here. You can easily see this this section of the India's map, and here you can locate Chilka Lake. Then there are two important gulfs, Gulf of Kutch and Gulf of Khambat. Both are located near Gujarat, and this is very identifiable section of India's map. You can easily trace this map. The upper one is Gulf of Kutch and the lower one is Gulf of Khambat. Then there is another important sea, Sea of Andaman or Andaman Sea. It is present over here on the right hand side of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The right hand, all the region in the right hand side of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands is called as Andaman Sea. Then Palk Strait and Gulf of Mannar. The region between Sri Lanka and India is Gulf of Mannar, and there is a very small passage between Bay of Bengal and Indian Ocean, and that passage is called as Palk Strait. So in this way we have covered all the rivers and water bodies of India. Thank you.